It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paycor Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Tonight it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
On one, ready?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And all the way down to the 36-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Tua going to throw. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd down as well to get to 3rd and manageable and make them able to pick up those 1st downs. Now here we are, 1st and goal. They've got to like what they're doing on this drive.
Here's Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate how explosive teams are. This team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. McPherson now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Take it in at the 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Second down, here's Mostert again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach? And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taking it about the 1. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow, rolling to his left. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
Ready?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
11 MT, tight. 11 MT, tight. 11.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21. Again, it's Burrow. Seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. The Bengals at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Burrow looking to pass. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
Here we go. 11 empty. 11 empty. Stop.
Burrow going for it on 4th. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go.
2 and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And going deep for Hill. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now Burrow on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
12. 11 empty. Take. 11 stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 2nd and 9, Tua. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, a run with Mostert. Minutes remaining in this first half of football.
On the ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They're going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, Trent Taylor. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
11, Thomas.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play there for Cincinnati. 74 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Second down and goal. Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Ja'Marr Chase on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Tua now on first down. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Tua. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Tua to throw again. And he wisely will throw that one away.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw again on second down. Tua steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And they'll get this down to the 10. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an... And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key. Crucial. Second and 10 now from the 27. Burrow will throw. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And
touchdown, Bengals! Ja'Marr Chase, 33 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of his hand. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
153 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. They're going deep for Hill. And now here's another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Ja'Marr Chase,
75 yards.
And the Bengals get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But
he's got a man complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Forced out to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Dolphins are able to claw one back.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
11 mighty, 11 mighty.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That one complete to Anderson.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
T. Higgins.
40 yards.
And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their...
This is caught inside the 15. They will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd and goal.
Tua, that is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle there to make the grab. And the Dolphins get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Fields it right around the goal line.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
11.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
On 2.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield now, Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Burrow on 3rd down. And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41.
And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Deltha O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
41 yards on the ground for him so far.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Channing Tindall.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
Black shot. Red, yellow. Stay.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's Tua. Going for the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now. And all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Tua now on 1st down.
Open man is Waddle, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running their routes, but all the time they spent in the trenches, laying down blocks, doing the little things to help that offense succeed. And for doing all of that, they definitely want one of their tight ends to get a touchdown to really seal this blowout.
So that last kickoff, just a mere formality, obviously, Charles, wrapping up a game that they should be very happy about, which they got the lead.
Yeah, I thought they were clearly the better team by the end, and they earned this one with a terrific game plan and consistent effort throughout. Only fitting that they have the ball when the clock hits 0.
So for Cincinnati, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.
alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I'll pull the sword out the